The Marvel Universe is a strange and complicated thing to keep track of, with all the time travel and cosmic shenanigans that rewrite continuity on a regular basis. And look, I've been reading comics for so long that there's not much that surprises me anymore. But all of these years later, and I still can't get over the fact that Miles Morales and his entire supporting cast from the Ultimate Universe were brought over into the main Marvel continuity because of a hamburger. One single unrefrigerated 3-week-old burger. Because comics. Hello and welcome to Comic Drake, where I talk about comic books and my name is Drake. Let's talk about it. But if you want a burger that is a whole lot fresher than one that's been hanging out in your pocket for 3 weeks, then why not consider checking out the sponsor of today's video, Uber Eats. Now, I'm sure you know all about them by now, but ordering through Uber Eats is super simple because you can browse, order, and track your deliveries all on the app, with new deals and discounts every single day, from your favorite local spots to national chains. I personally love finding a restaurant with a BOGO deal, so I'll order 4 meals at once and eat them for days. Whether you're craving a burger, a pizza, salad, or sushi, Uber Eats has you covered. Just click the link in the description or scan the QR code and use my code Drake15 and you will get $15 off your first order of $20 or more. So once again, big thank you to Uber Eats for sponsoring this video and keeping me fed during the long editing sessions, but now let's get back to it. This all took place during 2015's Secret Wars event, and if you ask any serious Marvel fan, they'll tell you that
Secret Wars wasn't just your typical summer event cash grab, it was the epic culmination of 6 years of storytelling by writer Jonathan Hickman, paying off concepts and ideas from his various runs on Ultimates, Fantastic Four, Avengers, and New Avengers.
From the very first issue of his run on Fantastic Four, Hickman revealed that the incursions were happening in the multiverse. Basically, entire universes were smacking into each other, which destroyed them in the process. For the main Marvel Universe of Earth 616, time was running out. If somebody didn't act, then the entire universe would be obliterated. Enter the Illuminati, a shadowy organization led by some of Marvel's most powerful heroes, which you can learn all about in my dedicated award-winning video. The Illuminati tried their best to save Earth 616 by destroying the others before they had a chance to collide and be obliterated. But no matter how hard they tried, in the end, only 2 universes remained. Earth 616 and the Ultimate Universe of Earth 1610. Heroes fought, villains schemed, but ultimately, both universes were completely destroyed, just like the infinite worlds that fell before them. Oh, and just in case you're worried that this was just a publicity stunt, which it admittedly was, we got an in memoriam page that solidified their demise. However, just before the total destruction of the multiverse, 2 Life Raft-style spaceships were completed, one by Mr. Fantastic and the Future Foundation, and the other by the Cabal, which is essentially an evil version of the Illuminati that's made up of some of Marvel's most powerful villains. Both Life Rafts were able to save a few characters from the previous universes, emerging 8 years later on a new but strangely familiar world. See, it turns out that a group of insanely powerful cosmic beings that exist beyond the multiverse, called the Beyonders, had planned on destroying the multiverse themselves by creating the Silver Age Fantastic Four villain, Owen Reese, the Molecule Man. See, normally everybody has multiversal variants that exist and act independently of each other, but Owen has a single consciousness that is spread amongst the infinite worlds and the infinite hymns inside of them, and simply to see what would happen if they blew all of them up at once, the Beyonders planned to ignite the Molecule Men simultaneously. Discovering this, Dr. Doom set out on a mission to collect as many Molecule Men as he could, and just before the final universes collided, he confronted the Beyonders directly, using their own human bombs against them, and allowing for Owen to absorb all of their power, which he then channeled into Doom. With his newfound godlike strength, Doom pulled bits and pieces of the shattered multiverse together and crafted a patchwork planet called Battleworld, which Doom ruled over as its God Emperor. On Battleworld, Doom's word is law, and when they awaken from stasis, the refugees of the incursions decided to set things right, and as a part of this, Miles Morales, yes, this is still a Miles Morales video, he had stowed away on the Cabal ship, so he teamed up with Peter Parker to discover the source of Doom's power, and what they found is that in the center of Battleworld is an expanse of white nothingness that is solely inhabited by Molecule Man, who is still channeling all the Beyonders' energy to hold the planet together and keep Doom energized. The downside, though, is that being the nexus of all this cosmic energy has left Owen insanely hungry and desperately craving any kind of nourishment, so anytime that someone comes to visit him, he asks if they have something to eat, which they never do. Now, neither of the Spider-Men were expecting to be snacking on this mission, let alone feed someone, so they naturally didn't have anything to give him. Except, no, Miles offered him a hamburger that he had in his pocket. Okay, I have several questions and concerns. For one, are you trying to tell me that Miles had a burger on hand this entire time and there wasn't any bulge in his suit from it? This ain't no White Castle burger either. It fully fits in his hands. Like here, this is a burger that I bought as a tax write-off. Let's see how it goes if I were to try and stick it in my jeans. Yeah, I don't know about you, but that seems pretty noticeable to me. And I'm not even wearing a spandex suit. Second thing, even if you ignore the fact that they were in stasis for 8 years, at the time of this scene, the refugees had been out and about on Battleworld for 3 weeks, meaning that this burger is at minimum 3 weeks old and has not been refrigerated. But even then, I call bullshit, because it's not like Miles was just hanging out at a burger shop when the incursions happened. Because if you go and read his comic, which I did, you'll find out that he was drugged and kidnapped by his girlfriend's parents who work for Hydra and was being tortured by his universe's Dr. Doom. You know, the one with the goat feet. The literal first moment that he stepped outside after escaping shows the incoming incursion. So unless he stopped to get a bite to eat at a burger shop on the way to the battle and then proceeded to either not eat the burger or stash a second one in his suit for later, you would have to assume that he bought this before being kidnapped. So this burger is likely even older than 3 weeks. But in addition to that, we're being asked to completely overlook that Miles just forgot that he had a burger on him. Like, did he not get hungry while in transit from the refugees base to Molecule Man's void? I mean, he had to have eaten at some point within 3 weeks that he's been on Battleworld, so how did he just forget about the burger that was on hand? And furthermore, how is this burger not moldy as hell? Like, I know that fast food burgers are infamously slow to decay, but are we supposed to believe that after being cramped in his suit for so long that it didn't start to smell at least a little bit? Because it should be rank as hell. Or like, how is this burger still in even remotely decent shape after surviving the trials and tribulations of the incursion battle and fighting through Battleworld? To test this, I'm going to put my own pocket burger to the test by doing some light physical activity.
Hey, you're that spider guy from YouTube.
Call me Spider-Man!
All right, Spider-Man, do a flip. Yeah!
Spider-Man!
So I need you to look like I'm doing it. So the burger's got to go in your pocket, you know, for the quote-unquote experiment to look right. Yeah, I don't think anybody's gonna notice the difference. Hey, sit, give me the burger back. Excellent, thank you. Oh, here, hold that. Yeah. Oh God, it's dripping everywhere. Oh no, I left a big dent in it. Oh no.
Oh no.
I just came back from filming and my wife literally hit me with the, is that a burger in your pocket or are you just happy to see me? And, you know, a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. Let's see how the pocket burger held up. Yeah, you'll notice it's a little concave there because it molded to the shape of my leg. Okay. Oh, no. Oh, gross. The structural integrity of the burger isn't great, but it's actually held up a lot better than I thought it would. But admittedly, this is just from like 30 minutes of light, stupid exercise at the park and not crazy web-slinging action across Battleworld or the Battle of the Incursions. If anything, it's the wrapper that seemed to have taken more damage. The burger just kind of hyper-compressed and oozed out a little bit. That being said, I am still going to eat this. Sanji would be very upset at me if I wasted food. Burger. How is this my job? I do have to wash these pants though. They did get stained on the inside. Anyway, Molecule Man gulps down the nasty patty in like 2 bites, not even taking the time to use his powers to rearrange the molecules of the burger to make it fresher or to get rid of any of the lingering bacteria. And yeah, that is all that we got to see of the Spider-Man until the very end of the comic, where it's revealed that when the multiverse was somewhat brought back to normal, because of course that's how Secret Wars was always going to end, Molecule Man did use his abilities to make it to where Miles Morales and all of his supporting cast were now a part of Earth 616 as a thank you for the meal, even going so far as to resurrect his dead mom and uncle. And honestly, Good on him. Peter had to sell his marriage to the devil to resurrect his one dead aunt, but Miles got his family back in exchange for a $3 hamburger that he forgot that he even had on him in the first place. Now, as for why this happened, one of the main goals of Secret Wars was to kill off the Ultimate Universe, which had been lagging in sales for a good while, and to ultimately bring all the elements that worked into Earth 616, which boiled down to Miles, Evil Reed Richards, and Ultimate Mjolnir.
We spent however much time we did going through everything and ending up with, well, we want Miles, and maybe we want Ultimate Thor's hammer for Jason, Aaron, and one or two things. The biggest one was Miles, and so then it just became a question for Jonathan. Okay, at the end of this, I'm gonna have Miles around, how do I get to that? And that scene with the hamburger, that's completely Hickman.
We had to have a mechanism where the Molecule Man did Miles a huge favor when all of this got reset. I just loved the line where Miles told Spider-Man, I'm gonna be big. He's hungry all the time. I just loved that line early enough on that I was like, you know what? This is a perfect nonsense comic book thing that will actually work.
The note editorial had became Spider-Man's dialogue of working out the time frame. He's like, wait, but that means he's had it for 8 years. And then that became Spider-Man's line when he questioned, how could you have had it that long?
Jonathan knew this and he just had to solve that, and he solved it in the most Jonathan way possible.
Yup, there was no rhyme or reason for why it was a burger. Personally, I think a lot of the absurdity comes down to the fact that this was a perishable item. Like, if Miles had given Molecule Man a granola bar or something, then it would be somewhat more believable, even though, yes, a granola bar is still perishable, but less so. It's the sheer absurdity of it being a burger of all damn things to make it weird, complicated, and convoluted to where it kind of loops back around to being great. But all nitpicking aside, Miles Morales being integrated into Earth 616 is a huge deal, and is probably one of the most important things to come out of Secret Wars. But that change in Marvel's history wasn't the result of Doom's godlike powers or Reed's massive intellect. Instead, it was all thanks to the simple kindness of one kid sharing his gross-ass lunch. But if you like this video, then why not consider subscribing, or even watching another one? Like, come on, I put a burger in my pocket for you guys. I feel like that deserves a subscribe. If you want more videos to kind of prove my worth, then I have an entire playlist on all of my Spider-Man videos, so watch some of those and see if you like them. But anyway, I hope you learned at least a little something new, and hopefully, I'll see you next time.